Welcome to Dare a New Belief, a place to discover what is possible for your life after the loss of a loved one, and where you will find inspiration, insight, support, and love, and hopefully a bit of laughter to help you through your day. Now, here's your host, Nada Hogan.
Welcome to Dare a New Belief, where you will find light and life, love and joy, healing, faith, and hope. A place where you get to believe what is possible for your life. And today I get to welcome back the wonderful Kim Sutton, and I'm so happy to have you back with me again today. And Kim is the founder, the CEO, the CFO, the every title of Positive Productivity and Positive Productivity. There's a lot of arms with that. Thank you so much for joining me again, Kim.
Thanks for having me back, Nada.
I'm so happy to have you here with me again. And I just want to make sure that I give a plug to your Positive Productivity podcast. You do many different things, but one of the things that you do is the Positive Productivity podcast. And I've listened to so many episodes that you have, and you are so real and so honest, and you just share from the heart. And it's one of the things that I think is so powerful for this world to heal, and for us to individually be able to heal when we know that other people struggle, have had struggles, maybe are in the middle of a current struggle, or are feeling like they're teetering, like, like this thing is happening right now, and this reminds me of something, very traumatic or painful that happened to me in the past. Because I think that we're kind of taught and conditioned to paint a beautiful picture of your life and everything is fine, when in the truth, you're falling apart inside. And I just want to make sure that you know how much I honor your authenticity and your truthfulness and the courage it takes to be honest about struggles that you go through in your own personal life, Kim.
Oh, thank you so much.
Oh man, because it's powerful, and I think it helps the whole entire world heal. One of the things that we talked about on our episode a week ago is you were sharing that one of the things that happened with you, and I believe I have the date correct, in 2008, when there was a lot going on in your life, and there was some sleep deprivation and a nervous breakdown, for lack of a better word. And I don't know, maybe that's actually what the diagnosis was, but you ended up in the hospital for a while. And you said also that you were suicidal. And I'm just curious about that, because there's such a increase in suicides right now. And what did that feel like, Kim? How did you pull yourself out of that? What was the thing that turned things around for you, that you left that thought and you stayed here with us on this planet?
Well, thank you so much for asking. And anybody who is considering suicide, please don't. You have such a story to share, and I wouldn't be able to do what I do today if I had acted on that. And I want you to know, Nada, that it was twice. The first time was in 2008, and I wound up in the mental hospital involuntarily. I told my husband, who's now my ex-husband, that I was feeling suicidal, and he had me admitted, which I used to be so angry about, but I do appreciate now. Hey, I've got stories out of that place. Someday there will be a book.
Oh,
probably not. But what they found when I got there, well, I'm a little mixed on that situation, and I'd actually like to talk more about the most recent one. But what I want to address about that one was that I was neglecting my thyroid, and I've had hypothyroidism since birth. And I also wasn't sleeping, and sleep deprivation is an ugly beast if you allow it to take the best of you. So it was sleep deprivation in my thyroid. Your thyroid should be between, I think, a 0.1 and 0.2. I am not a doctor, people. So if you know the correct number, you can leave a comment down below the show notes. I'm sure Nada won't mind. But mine was 168.
Oh.
And the doctor said, we're surprised you're still alive. So in that circumstance, I have to be honest and say I got out of it because they prescribed a whole lot of drugs, which in my opinion, I didn't need. I needed to get sleep and I needed to take care of my thyroid, and that would have taken care of it. Fast forward to 2016, I had been running my business 4 years, and I had given birth to twins in January of 2015, and our family was now 7. My husband was working outside of the home as a retail manager, not making a whole lot of money, and there was just a lot of pressure on me, and I was also undervaluing myself significantly. So I was working, I would have to say 18 to 20 hours a day again, because I didn't learn the first time. And I was also looking at the influencers who shared the pretty side. And I was thinking, why is it working for them and it's not working for me? Yeah. I felt like the universe was out to get me. And I remember one night, and I've actually shared with this influencer what I went through, and we've had some amazing conversations out of it. But I shared with my husband, I said, maybe I should just cut my hair off and dye it turquoise like Kimra Luna did, because Kimra was the person that I was idolizing right then. And he said, baby, you are Kim, you are not Kimra. You are not cutting your hair to try to be somebody else, because you are you. So that was a little bit of the beginning, but I was laying in bed one night, completely sleep deprived, and I was just praying to God to help me because I was having all these horrible thoughts. And in between the first suicidal thought in 2008 and this one, my older stepbrother died. And it's still an open investigation. They still don't know how he died. Some of the officials think murder, some think assisted suicide, but we don't have answers. So I was praying, please, God, help me get out of this. Please take these feelings away. And I remember it was July 2016. It was after the sun had set. I was laying in my bed and I just had my eyes shut and I saw the most horrible monsters behind my closed eyelids. And I hate horror movies with a passion. I can't stand to watch them, but I was seeing worse than I'd ever seen in a horror movie behind my eyelids. And I just kept on praying. And this is one of those crazy experiences that until you experience the own version yourself, you'll think, oh my gosh, is she nuts? Does she need to be on some crazy meds? No. Yeah. There was this bright white flash of light and I saw an angel wing.
Oh, wow.
And the monsters went away and I fell into the best sleep that I had had in years.
Wow.
Do you want to hear the craziest part though?
Yeah.
Crazy awesome. I mean, I came out to my desk the next morning. I felt so rested, so great. And a couple of years prior, my now 14-year-old son had given me an angel bell for Christmas. And I'm not an angel person. I just need to say that. I've just never been attracted to them. But they're on my desk, and I don't even know where the angel bell was the day before. It's like one of those pottery pieces that the kids make for you, and you sort of tuck it away in a corner out of sight.
Sure, yeah.
But it was laying on my desk on its side with a wing broken off.
Oh, you're kidding.
Nope. So now I thought I had thrown it out because I'm like, okay, I have young children. This is a piece of ceramic. It's going to cut somebody. I thought I had thrown it out. And I was actually cleaning up my office and rearranging furniture a couple months ago. And I found the angel wing behind a bookshelf when I was cleaning. So it's now a fixture right behind me. Every day I can see it.
Wow. Wow. I love that. Now, this is one of those synchronicities, and this isn't, fireworks and, angel trumpets coming out of the heavens, but the little synchronicities, all of them add up, and it just always lets us know we're on the right path. My sister-in-law, after my daughter passed away, my sister-in-law had made this, I believe she called it garden art, and it's a bunch of like vases and plates. It's she made it herself. It's very artistic. It's beautiful, and it's just beautiful green glass and white glass and plates and saucers and at the very top was an angel, and we had it out at the cemetery. and it had tipped over, and it broke off what? One wing. It broke off one wing, and then we just always giggled, saying, well, this is, Dara's just hovering. She's just in this this holding pattern of going in a circle because she lost that one wing. But I love it because I've spoken with you so many times. I never heard the story about the angel being there. I never heard the story about 2016 and what had happened. I love these synchronicities. So I'm sorry for interrupting, but when a synchronicity shows up, I have to say something because it helps us to know that, oh my gosh, everything that I'm doing 100% on the right path.
Absolutely. And I interrupt all the time. So
Yeah.
I'm muting myself when you're talking just so I don't accidentally interrupt you. But I want to share. So that was July of 2016, and I launched my podcast in October. And as I said, I was having difficulty because I was idolizing Camera Luna. And coincidentally, I launched my podcast on October 4th, 2016. The day, it was that same week, she actually put a post out. It was the first true, authentic post that I ever really noticed from her. And she expressed that she had been dealing for some time with anxiety and depression. And it had cost her clients, and it nearly shut down her business. And that was the first time that I really saw from her or from any of the people that I had been idolizing that there's imperfection on the backside. But I had already launched my podcast, and from the very beginning, I've been very straightforward because as hard as it might be for us to grasp sometimes, we're out there now. We are influencers in one way or another. And if any influencer wants to say that they're perfect, they're completely lying.
Right.
Because they're not. They've had their struggles. They probably are having them, every hour. I have challenges every hour. Google won't work properly some days.
Right.
But we have to admit that. And it's by admitting the struggles that we've gone through and overcome that we're able to help people get through their own.
Absolutely. And exactly what happened with you when we don't do that, when we are not being honest about it. I don't want to say lying about it, but when we're not being honest about it and we're putting on this complete facade that everything in my world is just 100% perfect, then it makes other people feel less than. Well, how come I can't do it? If this person can do it, how come I can't do it? Right. And that's what you had said is, why am I doing this wrong? How am I doing this wrong? And it's because it wasn't the truth. You weren't doing it wrong, but this other person was showing it, portraying it, presenting it in a way that was not the truth. And when we really can be honest about the struggles that we have, God, we help one another, whether it's in building their business or raising children, because I know mothers go through this all the time, that they have to be so successful at having that career and managing everything at home and managing the children. And I did it with 2 kids, and it was completely overwhelming. It's like, no, I don't want to carry that burden. I don't want to put on this picture that I've got it all together, because I don't. I want help. I want my husband to be in here helping me with this. And when I need help, I want to be able to reach out to a friend or to another mom and say, God, are there days that you just think, oh, I don't think I'm going to get through this day. And at this moment, I wish I could just pack up and run away and never have to come back home again. And I had many moms say, absolutely, I feel that like every hour of the hour. So
I was about to say at least once a week.
right. And all of a sudden it allows us to feel okay. It's like, I'm not a bad mom. I'm not doing this wrong. It's everybody feels this too. We're just not running around going, hey, hi, I'm having a super crappy day. How about you? Right. I mean, we tend to show up a little bit differently when we're out in public. So this is the thing that I admire so much about you, because I think you were the first person that I really got to hear on air as an influencer who really was able to say, no, it's not all pretty. Like, it's messy, and these are struggles that I've had, and these are struggles that I'm having right now, and I just honor that, because I truly believe that is how we heal, because we get to see this person has the same thing I have, and she's able to get to this place. So if I can take the steps that she took, taking care of myself, maybe checking my thyroid, not working I don't even know how anybody can work 18 to 20 hours. I've never had that